People, Liverpool 5, Arsenal 1. With that being said, we might as well review the player ratings. Now, when I watch the game again, I might rate people less, I might rate people more. But from an Arsenal's perspective, we were terrible. There's no way around it. We shipped 5 goals. Arguably, I can't speak for anyone else, but I'm happy it went 5 because I was genuinely starting to believe that it was going to be that United 8-2 score. Like, I actually think if these players were on it, they could have. Like, Liverpool had some chances that Salah could have taken advantage of, and I feel Leno had his hand. You could say Leno was a bit of a so-so one, but I felt if Leno didn't do a couple of these saves, it could have been worse, man. But yeah, man, we're really lucky it's not 8-2. It was a terrible performance. Ultimately, we didn't take our chances. I felt we were unnecessarily scared at times. We could have been a bit braver. I felt Liverpool started early and the fans really helped them, and I just wanted us to calm down, like especially when it was 2-1, even 3-1. I was thinking calm down. No, in fact, no, not 3-1, 2-1. I'm thinking calm down, like. We're behaving like they've scored these 5 goals already. Just calm down, and we've got a long way to go in terms of game management, clearly. But moving on, I should start reviewing managers' performances, but I'll leave that for another one. But if I was to give Uno one, in fact, no, I won't say Uno is waiting for this game. But moving on, I'll give Leno a 5. Now, I felt initially his kicking wasn't helping us, but this when he realised that, okay, I still have to play it short because the manager's telling me to do this, but at times let me kick it long. And when he realised it was working for Iwobi down that little channel, he was doing it to perfection, and I felt some of the passes he did was good today. Ultimately, a keeper's job's to save. Now, he conceded. If I watch the game again, he might have been able to do better for some of the goals. I did feel, although Lichtsteiner was playing people on side, and he's the one that attribute for the third goal we conceded to make it 3-1. Going back to my grassroots days as a footballer, of course I wasn't a professional, I was playing for Norseman, Sunday League, paying subs and that. But clearing yourself from set pieces, because I think at that moment we either defended a corner or defended a set piece, and we was clearing our lines. Your keeper is your eyes and ears. He tells you to push out. He tells you if people are playing onside. So I don't know if Leno's got that cool. It reminds me of I don't even remember the example, but I think it was United. I think it was Bournemouth as well. There's been a couple other incidences where I don't know if the communication between our players is 100% there yet. Whether it's a language barrier or something else, I'm not too sure. I don't know if all of that, people. But Leno did alright. I think he made some good saves as well. Ultimately, it could have been worse if he didn't make some of them saves. So a 5 is a respectable result for me, or performance rating for me. Lichtstein, I'm sorry, but I have to give him a 2, man. I have to. He did alright going forward. He got going eventually, but I can't get them 2 goals out of my head, and he hasn't been in the best form when he's been playing. I just thought he was terrible today, and someone that as experienced as him shouldn't really look like that. Anyone would have trouble playing against Liverpool, but Lichtsteiner gets a 2. Socrates gets a 3 from me, people. Yeah, we conceded 5 goals, so there's not really much. I feel our centre-halves were poor. You obviously saw him bring down my man for the penalty. If I remember for the first goal, I think he could have done better as well. So he was quite poor, so there's not much to say. Kohler gets a 3 as well. Absolutely terrible. He did alright going forward, but what else did he do past that? They were constantly bombing down his side. Technically, every goal started from the right-hand side, or at some period, the ball spent a time on the right-hand side before it ended up in the back of the net. Kohler was nowhere to be found defensively, and when he was, unnecessary fouls like you saw with the pen, like you saw with a couple of the free kicks. Now, Kohler's been in good form, but you got to keep it true. When you're poor, which he was today. So he grabs a 3. I'll probably give Mustafi a 4. Mustafi weren't at the best of it today, but considering he's just come back from injury, and when I look at the other members of the people that started in the back line, he weren't the worst. Well, he's the person I'll blame the least, not to excuse him, because he was making me nervy at times. But a 4. Ironically, people, I'll give Koscielny a 5 now. Koscielny come off the bench at half-time for Mustafi. I'll give him a 5, man. Obviously, like, we still look terrible in that, but I'll give him a 5, man. I felt it was one of his better games that I've seen him play. I felt he actually dealt with a couple of things he needed to deal with, like Koscielny of old, to be fair. What I liked as well, obviously I don't like to lose at 5-1, but I was looking around as much as you can on the TV at people's reactions, and I'm seeing him at times telling people, calm down, be a bit more braver, little things like that. I don't like to see people being cowardly, and he was doing that. And he did alright, man, so I'll give him a 5. I'm going to be a bit generous to Iwobi and Maitland-Niles, to be fair. I'm going to give Maitland-Niles a 7. Now, his standards probably dropped in the second half, as you saw, but considering I felt he had a bit of a special role, I was actually going to do a vid on that, how I think Unai Emery might use this guy as a right winger of sorts, but he was a right winger essentially, out of possession or defensively. He essentially became a wing-back, a right-back, another right-back, or a very inverted right winger to allow it to be 5 at the back, or an extra man defensively. Obviously, it looked to be a good game plan for Muna Emre, but one thing about defending or keeping a shape is that the opposition do have players, and they're going to try and disrupt that. And if they're going to disrupt that, we need to be able to mark people, pass men on. You learn this at grassroots level. I was doing this in Eastern Junior Alliance. These lot are professional footballers with way more advanced technologies and tactical aspects than I'll ever be able to comprehend. So I can't understand it. So Unai Emery, I'm going off topic, but Unai Emery's game plan, I feel it was poor, but I feel it was alright. And Maitland-Niles was a big central part to that, so I give him a 7. He obviously scored. He's been getting in them positions of recent weeks, and obviously he's been getting a bit of a nosebleed, but he kept a cool head. He looked like a threat. At least, big games, you want to see people standing up to be counted, and I guess it's nice that, of course, it's not nice to hold this, but he's a Hell-End boy. Obviously, I think he's from Ilford, forgive me if I'm wrong, or Goodmayes, so one of them east sides. Either way, he's a Londoner, or he's the closest thing to a North London lad, arguably within the side that started. And he's from Hale-End, so it's nice to see homegrown players. You know what these games mean to people, so he gets a 7, man, and he must have been itching to start. I give him a 7. Now, Iwobi standards dropped in the second half, probably deserves a 5, but I'm going to give him a 7 now, because if it went another way, and I'm not saying Iwobi played poor, Iwobi is one of the first to be scapegoated, told he's crap, told he shouldn't be here, not good enough, and all of these things, and I felt he obviously got his assist. I felt, and I'm not saying he played amazing, but he got his assist. He looked like the one of the bright sparks with Maitland-Niles to look like if anyone's going to score a goal or be involved in a goal, it's going to be him. Obviously, he got the assist. I felt he was quite strong today, and he dealt with a lot as well. And there was one incident, I think it was a poor pass from Fabinho, and Iwobi did well to earn a corner. I felt Iwobi, I mean, he must know himself. People must have been questioning, why is he starting this game? We're going to lose this, blah, 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 even with our injury nonsense. So I'm not saying he played amazing, but you got to give credit where credit's due. I felt one man that looked up for it and looked not to be shaken more than you could be was Iwobi. If I watch the game again, I might see different things, but I feel a 7, like Maitland-Niles, is deserved. Now, Ramsey, for me, probably just about gets a 5. I just don't feel... I feel all our midfielders were terrible people, but I just don't feel he was, like... It was underwhelming. There's a sense of underwhelmingness, and he wasn't really offering nothing, but I just feel a 5 is cool for him. Now, Torreira gets a 4. He was due a bad game. Like, he's human. It happens, innit? Torreira was dropping all over the floor. He didn't have a good game. He recovered a bit in the second half, but obviously for me, he should have done better for the Firmino's first goal, I believe. He started that. It's not just him, because we're poor in the whole recovery of that goal. I recorded it at half-time and sent it back, but he allows him to make the run, and then he's not picked up, and obviously other people are being poor as well. So a 4 would probably be a good result for Torreira. Obviously, the second goal as well, he gets caught in possession. In fact, you know what? Is it really a 4? Because it's not fair. Cause I think Lichtsteiner had an opportunity, a part in both, got in 2 goals as well. So is it really fair? Do you know what? My heart said Torreira a 4. It could have been worse, but I feel Torreira recovered a tiny bit more than Lichtsteiner, so he gets a 4. In fact, you know what? I gotta give Torreira a 3, people. I'll give him a 3. Torreira, I'll give him a 3. He obviously was at fault for 2 of the goals, so we've got to keep it trill. Xhaka gets a... Xhaka gets a 4. Do you know what? I felt Xhaka could have got a 5, to be fair, but his standards probably dropped. He probably lost his head a bit. He was unlucky with one of the tackles that Lichtsteiner let him down, so I give him a 4. I feel he just about done enough to get a 5, you know. Do you know what? I'll just about give him it. It's a 5, man. In fact, I don't know, people. I need to watch this game again, man, because I'm seeing flashbacks. Do you know what? He gets a 4. Yeah, Ramsey gets a 4 as well, people. I'm changing it, man. So, yeah. Aubameyang gets a 4 as well. Obviously, Lacazette weren't on the field long enough, and neither was Guendouzi, really. And by then, the game was done, and there wasn't really much they could do but go through the motions. So, to recap, Leno got a 5 for me. Lichtsteiner gets a 2. Socrates a 3. Kolo a 3. Mustafi a 4. Koscielny a 5. Maitland-Niles and Iwobi are getting 7s. Revised ratings for Ramsey would probably be a 4. Xhaka a 4. Probably give Torreira a 3, sadly. Aubameyang a 4 as well. Now, Aubameyang is sad because the setup really shagged him. Like, the golf in class between the two sides, the way the game went, to a degree, probably the game plan. He couldn't get in the game. He had it in patches and stuff, and his embarrassment was probably saved when he was offside for a shot he really should have tapped in. But there wasn't much he could do, so you're always going to be anonymous. Sometimes it's not your fault, but he gets a 4. in regards to my player ratings, people, I really ain't got nothing else to add. There's not really any other players to really speak on. It's a sad day in terms of, yeah, the result and whatnot, man. It's a shame because I'm not watching match of the day now, but what can I say? Credit to Liverpool fans, man. You have to hold your hands up, and you lot were the better men or the better 11 on the day, and you're 6 points clear. Put yourselves in a good position in terms of challenging for the league title. I'm not going to sit here and say I hope you man win it, because I don't. You man are ops, just like Chelsea and Spurs. City are ops as well because they're top 6 rivals, but if they were winning it, they'd be cool. I'll be cool with that because I probably hate them the least, but credit where due, man. There's been a lot on Klopp. Klopp smartly played down the title talk in the beginning of the season, probably quietly with the squad saying we can do this. They're doing this now, and they're playing City next week. If they win that, good position they've put themselves in. And it's also important to remember City haven't been in good form, and they're yet to play their game before they play Liverpool. So technically a game in hand on Liverpool before tomorrow comes. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but aside going off topic and left and right, we don't need to say anything else. People, deluded, comment, subscribe and do the rest. Arsenal 5, Liverpool 5, Arsenal 1. I wish it was that scoreline. I'm out. Oh, no, I'm not.